Another day, another video inside the house. So near the start of April, we went into phase 2 here in Mexico. I don't remember the date exactly, but this was when pretty much all businesses that were non-essential were told to close, and that included breweries. So we've known for a little while that like beer wasn't being made here in Mexico, but I guess like I just thought surely there's enough. Like surely they must have known this was gonna happen like leading up to it. There was warning that we were going into phase 2, so like maybe they were gonna make more. I don't know. But the day has come, at least in our neighborhood. I know that it's happening in other parts of the country too. If you follow along with any of the people that I interviewed in my video a few weeks ago, I'll link it up here and down below. You'll know that in Oaxaca, they're running out of beer, and like imported beers from around Europe are showing up on supermarket shelves. In Yucatan, they're dry. They have dry law. You can't even buy any alcohol. So yeah, we went to, there's about 3 Oxxos within a few blocks of where I live. All of them are completely out of beer. Completely out of beer. When we first went into one a couple days ago, I thought that we were in like Le Seca, like I thought we had dry law. And I was like Googling and I couldn't find anything. And then we went to like a local Modelo shop where you can buy like Corona and Victoria and Modelo Especial and stuff. And he told us that like, that's it, there's no more beer. Like what he has left, he's gonna sell, and then once it's out, he's going to close until there's beer again. So yeah, it's a weird time. We probably knew it was starting to happen last week as well because the price of beer was going up so much. So like usually at the local shops, it's anywhere between like 15 and 18 pesos for a tall can, like 400 and something milliliters. And then like it started to be 19, it started to be 20, and then on Friday of last week, it was 25 pesos for a pint can. 25 pesos. That's how much you get it for in a bar, if bars were open. So yeah, what's left is very expensive. They're definitely like price gouging. I know that some supermarkets still have beer. Lots of supermarkets, especially like Superama and like Costco and all those places have lots of imported beers. So we're not like empty of beer, but it's no longer possible to find like Dos Equis, Indio, Victoria, and all those sort of delicious local national beers. So time to learn how to make margaritas. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a general update. You seem to enjoy, I don't know if that's the right word, these quarantine updates here in Mexico, about what's happening around Mexico City, and what our life looks like right now. People are definitely taking it more seriously. We've been in phase 3 now for just over 2 weeks. Everyone's wearing masks. When you go to stores, in my neighborhood at least, usually like you could just walk into the stores. Now they have like plastic curtains up, and you basically have to like just ask the storekeeper the things that you want. And like there's not even like anything happening between your faces, right? So obviously like everyone's being protected. The local like fruit and veg shop that we usually go to, you used to be able to go in and like pick whatever fruit you wanted, which obviously meant you were like touching all the fruit. Now you have to stand outside the store, and there are like markers on the ground outside so that you're like distancing from other people that are waiting as well. And the people in the store will ask you what you'd like. They'll bag it up for you, and then you pay, and you never go in the store at all. Other stores have like markers on the ground inside the store or signs outside that say no coming in if you don't have a mask, only one person in the store at a time, please wait your turn outside the store. It's not perfect. There's still not a ton of like social distancing happening when people are waiting, but it's definitely better than I've ever seen it. So people are genuinely trying to stay safe and trying to keep the people around them safe. Obviously we wear our masks whenever we leave the house. We're trying not to leave the house very much anymore. I haven't been to the supermarket in over a month. Although when you go there, it is like quite good. Our local supermarket has like markers outside for you to wait. And they're spraying all the like shopping carts with disinfectant. When you go in, there's disinfectant for you to use on your hands. And then like there's sort of like a method in which you're allowed to like go in the supermarket. And then the same thing, like there obviously used to be people who bagged your groceries for you. They aren't there anymore, which concerns me about how they're earning a living at this stage. But it's definitely, like, the situation is okay there, but we're just trying to avoid it because it is like the biggest space where the most people are in our day-to-day lives. So we're just ordering our groceries online at the minute. And then the last place we go on like a weekly basis is our local tianguis. A tianguis is basically like a farmer's market here in Mexico. It happens once a week in different neighborhoods. Ours comes on a Tuesday, and we have been avoiding it every other week. So we went on this past Tuesday for the first time in 2 weeks, and there's probably 50% of the stalls that are usually there. We started to walk up to it and we didn't see anything, and we thought like it was canceled, like that it wasn't there, but there are still a few vendors. I haven't heard great things about Central de Abastos, which is where the majority of food comes from in Mexico and where our vendors often go to buy their produce to bring it to the tianguis. So we're being really cautious. We're washing everything when it gets back, using like an iodine cleanser. We're washing our hands a ton. We're using hand sanitizer while we're there. We're not eating any of the fruit that they offer us at this point, which is very sad. But yeah, I mean, the people that are still there and are working there are taking a lot of precautions. Everyone has masks on. Everyone's trying to socially distance. But if you've ever been to a tianguis or a mercado in Mexico, you know how close together things are. So we keep our masks on, and we make sure to wash our hands and try to keep our distance when we can. This all being said, the government are already talking about reopening here. We're due to have our peak, according to the news, in the next few days. I'm filming this today, Friday the 8th of May. So yeah, we're due to like have our peak now this weekend. The government would like to reopen certain parts of the country again, like on the 18th of May, in those locations where there really aren't many cases. Obviously Mexico City, like many large cities around the world, has sort of been the hub, the epicenter of where all the cases are, which is why we're staying put. We're not going out very much. Where we are in Estado de Mexico is like one of the places with the most cases. It's still less than 500 cases, but we're still taking as many precautions as we can. And the government think that they're going to reopen things around even Mexico City on June 1st. I'll link below a couple of news articles where I've gotten this information, and a couple of the videos of me following the deputy health minister. So yeah, I mean, I'm not making this information up obviously, but I'm also not reading the news a ton because it's upsetting, and I'm just trying to, you know, take it day by day. And there's a lot of days when the news just isn't what I need. So yeah, I'll link below that information if you have other information or news articles that you've been reading that are helpful. Please let me know in the comments below. If you have other questions about what's been happening here, or you live in another part of Mexico, I'd really be interested to hear what your situation is like there. I'm curious to see now, as we sort of like move out of phase 3 into phase 2 and then sort of back into some sort of like strange new sense of normalcy, what that's going to look like around the country. I plan to do another video similar to that first video where I'm chatting to people around the country again, as things open up, so that we can see what the state of play is for those of you that are interested in sort of heading down here at some point in the summer or in the fall. Yeah. Thanks as always for watching. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.